patients. A pediatric surgeon is a career of excitement, passion, heartache, but most importantly, compassion. The ability to save and change lives every day has not only impacted lives of others, but has greatly impacted the life of my own family. The long surgery hours, the suspense of continuing or ending a life, and the long sleepless nights has caused my hair to gray quickly, but I would never exchange my job for another. As a high school student, I always dreamed of obtaining a normal family and life. You know, one with a football-playing husband, 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls to be exact, living in a beautiful home, buying an all-black Porsche with burnt orange interior, and last but not least, becoming a pediatric surgeon. So, somehow I dreamt that all this was going to happen by staying home and being a surgeon at the same time. It can't get any noble than that, right? At the time, this sounded like the perfect plan, and I determined not to let anyone stop me. Well, for most of you that know me and have common sense, my life didn't exactly turn out that way. Although I was pretty successful in obtaining my family, car, and career goals, I didn't do any of it by sitting in the house just chilling. College was tough, but as Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, keep going. Well, I'm glad I kept going. During my pediatric cycle as a resident is when I truly became engaged. I met a little girl who had cardiovascular disease and was in for her treatments. I came in to check her vitals and to make sure she was comfortable. As I was doing so, she quickly opened her eyes and exclaimed, "It's my birthday." This quickly made my heart melt. I've always been one who thought birthdays were the most important days of the year. I asked her where her mom was, and as quickly as her smile came, it went. She told me her mother was working because she had to make sure she could pay the medical bills. This little girl was 7, so for her not to have the support she needed constantly was heart-wrenching. Her response made me ponder why I really wanted to be a surgeon. The reasons I had in high school were simply superficial, and although they had changed some in college, they were still at the root of my drive to become a surgeon. After that day, I spent every lunch break I could with this little girl. Not because I felt bad for her, or because I wanted her to see me as some type of hero, but because I wanted her to know that someone was there for her. I wanted her to know that she had someone to support her other than her mother, and she wasn't just at a hospital where people were just trying to fix her and send her on her way. Now, as most of you know, I'm a very emotional person, so seeing this little girl in pain at times broke my heart, but it allowed me to strengthen my ability to hold my emotions. This experience is why I'm standing here today. My purpose is not just to cure people, but to change their outlooks on a bad situation. This is what has been most important to me over the past 30 years. The fact that I have lowered the death rate in cardiac surgeries to 2% in the past 10 years means nothing to me if these kids are not emotionally stable and changed. I have worked at the top hospitals in the country, traveled overseas, and most important, impacted children's lives that will one day make a difference in the world. Now, at 65, I'm ready to relax. With my hair all gray, my kids grown up, and my grandkids starting kindergarten, it is time for me to put my focus on my family. I want to instill the same values and principles that I instilled into my children, into my grandkids. When I say my children, I don't only mean my biological kids, but all the kids that I have impacted in the past 30 years. Being a pediatric surgeon has been my life and always will be my life. I may not be in the operating room mending valves and arteries, but I will always be able to mend a torn life with my encouragement, wisdom, and compassion. As Abraham Lincoln said, in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. So I'm standing here today to say that I'm not retiring, I'm just simply relaxing. Thank you, and see you later.